It's amazing. I just sit here and just every time I play a chord and people are waiting, I don't know, and I just keep on playing another chord. Doesn't matter what it is, just to grab your attention.
I think that sounded great.
You've
come to work dressed as Ben
Eric
Fogle
Clapton.
Or something today.
Eric Clapton back in the 70s.
Eric Clapton, that's what it is.
Yeah.
You've been fishing this weekend or something.
Yeah.
Good for you.
I'm just trying to make people jealous with my awesome looks. The fact is, I can buy my own clothes.
Welcome back to Andertons.
I'm that old now.
Welcome back to Andertons TV. Strymon.
It was a present, actually.
I really like it. I like Ben Fogle. I have a small man
Ben Fogle?
crush on Ben Fogle. He's the man that does those Life in the Wild things where he just goes and,
But
does
this is just a jump up, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like
but
an
it's very
XM
Ben
jump.
Fogle-y. Strymon have released another delay pedal today. I say it like there's too many. Maybe there are. But they've released a delay pedal today called the Olivera.
Olivera!
I'm not
Is it
even
Olivera?
sure. Maybe. I'm not even sure I'd even heard of an oil can delay prior to doing 5 minutes of research for this video.
Careful now. Careful. You have heard about it.
Have I?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. You heard about it many times. It's all been out there all the time.
So, in the history pantheon of delays, I was reading, could be. So obviously,
Annals.
tape delays, I think, go back to being the sort of the first way that guitar players or musicians generally, studios would create echo effects. And then in the 1950s, the late 1950s, a chap called Ray Lublow had a company, and he was designing audio equipment, and he was trying to come up with a smaller, cheaper way of making echoes and delay effects to the tape echo, and he came up with this oil can delay, which seems, if you read about it online, it seems to be like a sort of a tuna can sort of exterior with sort of oil on the inside and some sort of rotating element of it, and a couple of like a record head and a couple of playback heads, and it did indeed
But that's kind of what it
create
is, isn't it?
a delay effect. But it's very much, and I think the reason we're going to show you the tape echo and a later sort of bucket brigade type delay is, of all the delays, it's the one where the repeats sound very removed from what the original note is. There's much more degradation of signal and unusual character. So look,
there it is.
There it is, and we're going to hear it, and we're going to compare it to how might a tape delay. I mean, these are obviously all digital reproductions of these, but how might a tape delay versus a bucket brigade delay versus an oil. We might even try all three.
Yeah. Can I ask maybe for the comment section? Am I right in saying that there was something with a hose pipe and a delay thing at some point?
I believe there was.
Did I hear that right?
Yes, I believe you did. And I forget who that was. That was a studio technique.
Was it like a lot of hose and hose pipe?
That was when the guy from Universal Audio was here, and it was something to do with his dad had invented some other...
Wasn't it invented something, but it was a
Yeah.
hose pipe?
Yeah.
Normally I just fart through a hose pipe because that gives a good sound.
Wasn't the concept of that if somebody sang down or if you put signal down a hose pipe and you put a mic at the end of it, depending on how long the hose pipe would be, you'd get a delay effect. Anyway,
so we hear it.
Yes.
What is it then? What is it? It's an oil can delay. What have we got on here, Lee?
So,
Tell me about
you
it.
can adjust
What are we looking at today, Lee?
Essentially, in the original oil can delays, they had two playback heads, so one long, one short, and on here you can decide which one you want to hear, or you can hear both.
Right.
You can adjust the amount of time there are between those delays, the mix. Then you've got some rate and intensity to do with the modulation that occurs on the signal. And then regen is all the way off. You pretty much hear that sort of static timed repeat. So like but, whatever it is. And then the more you turn the regen up, the more it feeds the signal back in. So you get those playback heads kind of repeating the delay at different intervals and faster. I explained that badly, you'll hear. So in its standard kind of long mode with the regen off, that's what it sounds like.
Kind of.
That first interval is quite fast, isn't it?
I mean, I love the sound. It sounds so canny. Uncanny, people might say.
Yeah, so here's the short head. Nobody likes short head. Let's go back to long head.
It just goes short head again. Sometimes it's good. That's the first repeat.
Or you can have both.
So you have a dark, basically.
If if I go back to long and I put the regen in, you'll start to hear, after that first repeat, you'll hear it sort of doubling up on itself each time.
Oh, it's long.
What I love on this is the
that's nice. It's the sound of it, isn't it?
of the fact that the dry signal is so shimmery, clean and wonderful. And the delays have got so much kind of, not distortion in like a amp distortion way, but that sort of, there's like a crumbled up sort of lo-fi effect of the delay. And layered together, interestingly, I found when you were playing chord stuff and just letting all this happen behind the chords,
behind the scene,
it was more interesting than maybe some other delays. So let's have a little, what happens if we whack this intensity and regen up a bit? Because I'm guessing that's where all of the really interesting flavors are.
Can somebody out there please invent a electric car delay with the regen and everything, but you take everything from an electric car, you plug it in one side and the other, and the whole car becomes like a delay pedal with the regen of the engine and everything.
Already can do delay effects through there.
Probably.
If it can fart, it can definitely do delays. Sorry.
Oh!
It's really interesting. Yes, man.
Can you slow that? Can you slow that down? Louder?
What did you try and do? Louder?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The mix.
Yeah.
I think that is fantastic. I think it's so timely right now to bring something like this out when JSS just brought out that 424. What is it for?
Yeah.
Because this into direct in would just give
hyper
that.
lo-fi.
It would give that. It's even more lo-fi than all of these things are, and I think the kids will love this, man.
Before we do the comparison, there are some.
That sounds amazing, bro.
Yeah, I really like it. I genuinely didn't think I kind of would get it, but there are some sample presets that we can show you from Strymon.
While you're looking at that, we're running into the double double over there, then we're running into the Brig mono, and then stereo out of that into the Olivera, into the EC1, stereo into two Victory amps.
Yeah.
Because Lee's got something to do with Victory. I don't know what it is, but apparently.
Again, I'm not going to go through all of it, but if you're familiar with Strymon pedals, you know that there are different power-up modes to make it true bypass, not true bypass. Does it do spillover, not spillover, all that kind of stuff. So you can do all that with that. You can plug your expression pedal in, you control everything. If you could do it on one of these, you can do it on one of these. All that stuff.
Yeah.
So let's just have a little listen. So there's 4 of these presets here. One called Soft Echoes. Let's try that one first. Actually, it's not dissimilar to what we had it on already, but there we are.
It's just so delicious. I'm trying to work out what it actually is doing.
Interestingly, you can't, right?
No,
because they're not.
There isn't any tap tempo on that.
It says that. This was the thing with the oil can. Right? The first interval is entirely to do with where's the record head and where's the playback head, and then after that, it's all got to do with how fast the drum is, and it's not. It's not like a regular, you can't sort of sync the time in the way that you might do on a digital or a tape echo. So I think it is a bit more random.
It's interesting, man. I like it. It's a bit like my life, just random.
See, I think this is where we're probably going to get to the end of this video, is this idea of like, when might you have 2 delay pedals? And I almost think this might be your second delay pedal if you just want to flesh out a rhythm guitar part. Anyway, let's try another. Flesh it out like a light. Let's
Flesh
go
out. What is
here.
that?
Flesh it out. You must have heard
Flesh
that
it
before,
out.
haven't you?
No, never
Right,
heard that.
this is called More or Less.
Okay.
With regen
Funny.
down, I probably could get more of that slapbacky. There's no way to set this to do a single repeat though.
So there's always,
There's always multiple repeats.
but you can turn.
I guess you could make it.
But it'll always have repeats. It's
Yes.
just not one.
They have to decay naturally.
So what you really want to do with this pedal is something massive, right?
Well, that's what the last preset is. So hold your horses. This one is. This is called Synthetic Shrubberies. Sounds like something from a Monty Python.
Shrubbery.
Yes.
Shrubbery!
We are the knights of
Say
me. Something to do with shrubbery. Anyway, right. So I just wanted to see how much of it was that reverb versus this. Huge difference.
That's amazing, man. I love that.
Oh, hello. I do really like
Oh,
just the
hello.
vibe it does. Anyway, and then
Right.
last preset they've got here is called Security Blanket. And it sounds like...
I mean, that sounds good.
Fair play, Strymon.
That's good, man.
Super cool. Well, look, so
I'm looking forward to seeing what people can come up with.
100%. So final bit of the demo, all I thought we'd do is just quickly kind of remind ourselves what different delay types. So maybe, this is my pedal off my board. So I use this, again, as a very conventional...
Put it all at 12 o'clock to see what happens.
Yeah, okay.
Middle, all the way over, all the way. I can't even see what I'm doing, so
Let's just try it.
Aligned.
So that's a much more regimented kind of,
Yeah.
you know...
Nice sound as well,
I would
man.
on this. I would have the mix lower, probably a similar setting to that, and I would use it as a lead guitar thing. Just
Yeah,
that's how I would typically
lovely.
use that.
Yeah.
So Brig obviously came later. That's the sort of bucket brigade kind of delay. Let's just make that a bit more.
There's more
Actually,
modulation on that. Not dissimilar.
That dissimilar. I think the Brig is very much trying to be a sort of a solid state kind of version of a tape delay.
Yeah.
You know. A little bit maybe darker,
That's got more
fatter.
fatter, and it's got the more modulation on it.
Yeah, more modulation.
Meow.
But nothing like this.
Bang-a-dong-a-dang-a-dong-dong-dong.
I don't think I would use this as like a solo thing. Let's just try it.
Yeah, you could.
Great addition to the range, because it's these two. I almost feel like you wouldn't have both of these because they're too similar.
Yeah,
This
I would have
is
these two.
Right.
Or these two. I
Yeah.
think these two, because that's more classic. They could still do the new thing without the modulation on it.
Yeah.
How much is this then? How much? They
250. 250. So I mean, all Strymon stuff is like, you know,
So 250, 500.
up there, isn't it?
So that's 500 quid. So that's 750 for these three pedals. How much is the timeline?
Less. But
But you can only run. Can you run one or two at the same time?
you'd
can't.
have to have. I
think you can run
timeline. You can have. You've got two things.
But can you run them at the same time? I'm
Yeah.
not sure you can.
Yeah, I think you can. You can do what time the new MX one.
Yeah,
maybe
but
not-
that's the yeah, but
the big-
that's a big sky. That's a blue sky MX.
Oh,
That's
okay,
different.
So I'm thinking of a
The
different model.
timeline.
Have they
That's
not
the
done a
MX one.
timeline MX yet.
Not yet, but I'm sure it's on the way.
Oh, okay, maybe you can't then.
No. So I'm just saying,
It's interesting. You talk about timeline.
it's the same as three pedals.
For me, it's a very different customer. Like I wouldn't have a timeline because
I
it's
agree.
too. I can't get my. I don't use the MIDI side. I don't want presets. I just need to look at the pedal and go, oh, that's where it's set.
Yeah, yeah.
Go.
Yeah.
So I like the simplicity and the small size of these. But absolutely, other guitar players will go, no, timeline is the way to go.
But
I really
I'll tell you
like
what, when I had to go and get my new wand for Hogwarts when I start 2026, I went to Olivera's,
Did you?
to get my...
I saw something
Oliver.
on Instagram of Ron Weasley or whatever his name is holding up a petrol
expensive
petroleum.
Yeah.
Genius. Anyway, we did promise at the beginning. I wonder what all three delays together sounds. Really good.
It sounds great, but one thing we haven't done is played loud. It should be much louder. You know what I mean? Stand right in the middle of it, boom.
Did
Anyway,
we mention what the guitar was in this video?
well, this guitar is a 1961 limited edition, exclusive to Andertons, 1961 Fender
Vintage.
vintage.
Yes.
Two
American
custom-
vintage.
American vintage. Blah 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 blah. I can't work it
Links
out.
below, links below, links below,
links below.
links below.
I'm super cheap.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Instagram hashtags or whatever they're called. Bye bye.